More people are going to lose their jobs because of the COVID-19 coronavirus than are going to be infected by it. And sadly, I think that more people are going to go bankrupt than will die from the disease. You see, right now we are already seeing, as the disease spreads around the world and governments impose quarantines, events, sports events, conferences, company events are cancelled, and people are told to not do the work that they're supposed to be doing. We are already seeing companies respond. And sadly, in this late stage capitalism world that we live in, companies seem to not be responding well. I've heard stories over the last 2 days that are desperate. Companies that have laid off all of their staff. I heard one company who fired all of their staff and then asked them to rehire immediately at 60% of their original salary. What a horrible way to try and get out of your obligations. A really good news story in the midst of this comes from Canada, where on one of the sports teams that has cancelled all of their events, one of the 19-year-old superstars earning multiple millions of dollars every weekend for his activities decided to pay all of the contract staff their month's salary. You see, you might not have thought about this. If you close down a sporting event, the multi-million-dollar superstars, the sports heroes, are going to be fine. And they'll come back in a few months' time and finish off the league and everything else. But what about the security guards at the stadium? What about the waiters and waitresses at the restaurants in the area around those stadiums? What about the people who hand out the tickets and the people who clean up the stadium afterwards? Most of these people are on contracts, and most of those people have already been told they don't have work anymore. Here's a 19-year-old who steps up and pays their salaries for a month. What about the owners of the stadium? What about the owners of the sports franchise teams? What are they doing? Well, nothing much. They're minimizing their losses. And here is really the point of this update today, is I want to beg you, if you are the owner of a business, if you are the shareholder of a company, if you are the director of a team that is now needing to consider how you respond to COVID-19, please, 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 please be human, not a capitalist. And yes, sadly, I do think those two things might be opposites. Please be a human. Yes, of course, if your business is not going to make money for the next few months, you're in trouble, you're in a crisis. I know that. I'm the owner and a shareholder of a business that's in the eventing industry. We do conferences, we travel around the world and speak to large groups of people all the time. I'm not going to be able to work, and I've got a team based across 5 different countries. And we're not getting rid of anybody. We've already told everybody we're guaranteeing their jobs. We are going out and trying to find a corporate loan. We believe that some of the countries we operate in, the government will provide loans to small businesses like ours to help us get through the crisis. We can give loans to our staff on the back of those corporate loans from government. We can get the corporate loans easier and then pass them on to our staff. We are already planning to give everybody a once-off bonus just to help them get through the next few weeks. You might be in a country where COVID hasn't arrived yet, but it will, and the implications for our health are dire, but I think the implications for our jobs and careers might be even worse. So please, again, I ask you, if you are the owner, the shareholder, the director of a company, please, in the next few weeks, as you are making decisions, make human decisions. Ignore your profits, ignore your share price, and make a decision that is a good decision for all of the people in your business, for all, especially the lower paid people in your business, for whom the next few weeks and months are going to be desperate, and who might not be able to financially make it through these times. Yes, we're dealing with an infectious disease, but we are also dealing very soon with an economic fallout that will cause catastrophic psychological damage to families. Please, please be human.